It's really a simple urge, sometimes almost irresistible. Draw a mustache or beard on an image of a face. It's funny. I don't know why, but it just is. But it's also subversive. We're messing up the image after all, and it's often something you see with graffiti, but it's usually just a bit of harmless fun on a scrap of paper, and scribblers and doodlers have been doing it for a long, long time. So, what is it about this image by Marcel Duchamp that makes it a great and important work of art? It's the Mona Lisa, of course, and Duchamp certainly didn't create the Mona Lisa, but he did add the mustache and goatee, and it's not actually the Mona Lisa, it's a reproduction of the Mona Lisa. So, what's the big deal? Well, let's go back to 1919. Mona Lisa mania was at its peak in France. It was the 400-year anniversary of Leonardo da Vinci's death, and the cult of da Vinci was at its peak. It was also only a few years after the Mona Lisa was stolen from the Louvre, a theft that created an international sensation and made the Mona Lisa the most famous painting in the world. When the case was solved and the Mona Lisa returned, people flocked to the Louvre in record numbers to see it, and reproductions were everywhere. And so, it wasn't unusual for Marcel Duchamp to be walking down a Paris street in 1919 and see a cheap postcard featuring the painting. He bought the postcard and added his now famous mustache and goatee in black pencil. He later admitted the Mona Lisa was so universally known and admired, it was very tempting to use it for scandal. And a scandal it became. When Duchamp reproduced his image, for by adding the mustache and goatee he now made it his, he gave it a new title, L.H.O.O.Q, which on the surface just looks like nonsense, but when the letters are read aloud in French, it reveals a racy message, translating loosely into something like, "She's got a hot ass." Now that is really subversive. Duchamp's L.H.O.O.Q was of course met with outrage in certain circles, but that was the point, and consequently it became a supreme act of Dadaism, tearing down what was sacred, rejecting authority, breaking with the past, and embracing absurdity. But the story doesn't end there. In 1940, Duchamp produced a limited number of images titled The Mustache and Beard of L.H.O.O.Q, showing, as you may guess, just the mustache and beard, without any image of the Mona Lisa. The mustache and beard clearly were his own invention, so why not highlight them now, without any of the Da Vinci work interfering? Because of the notoriety of L.H.O.O.Q, haven't the beard and mustache become works of art on their own? It seems then that Duchamp has taken the joke to the extreme. But this story doesn't even end there. In 1965, Duchamp mounted a card-sized image of the Mona Lisa on a page, unadulterated in any way, and titled it L.H.O.O.Q Shaved. And so we have come full circle. This image is essentially indistinguishable from the one Duchamp found on that street in Paris all those years ago. Are we back at the beginning? On the surface, of course, yes. But if we have been on this journey with Duchamp, can we unsee what we have seen? If this image is the Mona Lisa shaved, which then is the original? I've heard some people say that they can't now look at Da Vinci's Mona Lisa in the Louvre without mentally adding the mustache and goatee. If that is true, Duchamp has pulled off a great magic trick. For without even touching Da Vinci's original painting, he has performed an astonishingly subversive act. He has fundamentally changed how we view perhaps the ultimate masterpiece of Western art.